Hello friend, and welcome back to my channel, Blue Nose Trading. My name is Tori Solis, and today I'm going to be testing Enchant-mint Glaze from Penguin Pottery's Specialty Glaze series. I'm going to be testing this glaze on several different clay body test tiles and on a textured white stoneware mug. I'm happy to let y'all know that Penguin Pottery reached out and sent me lots of their glazes to make test videos for this channel. Penguin Pottery is a small business located in Vermont. They include a lifetime warranty with their glazes, which is pretty sweet. I especially love how important it is to them to protect the environment. I too love living on this planet and try my best to be a good creature. Thank you again, Penguin Pottery. I can't wait to test all of these exciting new glazes. This is a Cone 6 glaze that's listed as lead-free, non-toxic, and food-safe. Before you use any glaze, but especially a brand new glaze, it's important to make sure that the glaze is super duper extra well mixed. To achieve this high standard of well mixedness, I'm going to be using my power drill with an egg beater attachment. This has quickly become my favorite way to mix a glaze. It's also important to note that you should poke around at the bottom of the glaze jar to make sure there isn't any sneaky mineral clumped up and hiding down there. These Penguin Pottery glazes always seem to arrive pretty homogeneous, but it's still important to mix well before application to ensure consistency. I'm going to be brushing glaze onto my test tiles. In most cases, I'm brushing on my glazes. This glaze was formulated specifically for brushing. If you want to dip this glaze, Penguin Pottery recommends that you use a dispersing agent like Darvan. I brush my tiles in 1, 2, and 3 coats with the thickest coat at the top of the tile. I fire my tiles hanging on a high alumina rod to see how the glaze will perform on a vertical surface. In this way, I'm testing for running. With the thickest coat at the top of the tile, if the glaze is going to run, it has somewhere to go. This jar did not specify exactly how many coats it's best to use for this glaze, so it probably has different effects at different thicknesses. For the test mug, I'm going to try testing 2 coats of glaze. Without a recommended number of coats on the bottle, this is going to be my safety go-to number, just in case this does happen to be a runny glaze. I like to test glazes on a lot of different clay bodies to get a rough idea of how a glaze is going to behave on different colors or surfaces. Everyone out there is working with different kinds of clay all over the world and all over our country, and maybe one of these tiles can help you guess at what might happen for you. As always, I strongly recommend that you make your own test tiles and fire them in your own kiln. Fire your tiles exactly how you would fire your normal work. There's a lot of different factors that go into how a glaze is going to turn out. The best way to see how a glaze is going to work in your kiln, on your clay, with your application is to do your own tests. First up, let's look at this textured white stoneware mug. At 2 coats, there's a nice subtle mint with breaking. While this is a nice surface, I would personally like to see how this mug would look with something closer to like 4 coats of glaze. I get a feeling that thicker application would be interesting with this glaze. Fair warning, thicker application can increase a glaze's probability to run. So go forth with caution, my friends. My white stoneware test tile got a slightly different result than the stoneware mug. I'd like to note that in this instance, these are 2 different brands of white stoneware. I think this distinction is important to note, and also another great reason why you should always run your own tests. At 3 coats, this glaze seems to have better coverage on this white stoneware test tile than I saw on the mug. It has a really great minty color, and I'm really loving what this glaze is doing. On Laguna B Mix, this glaze is softer, but absolutely lovely. The minty blue frost looks incredible on B Mix, and the surface is a flawless gloss. Highly recommend for this clay body, it's a good fit. On Laguna Frost Cone 6 Porcelain, the minty blue color is bright and clear. This glaze fits this body well, and the surface is again a flawless gloss. I think that you could make some really amazing work using this glaze and Laguna Cone 6 Frost. This color is a bit more of an opaque mint on my Trinity Spectacular clay. The speckles bleed through the glaze even at 3 coats. This clay has pretty aggressive speckles, so that's typically to be expected. The surface is an even gloss, but maybe just a little bit more buttery and a little less glassy. Laguna Speckled Buff has a similar opaque mint as the last tile, but the speckles are a bit more subtle on this body. The surface is a great glossy finish, and this glaze looks especially good on this body in places where it breaks like it does in the center of this test tile. This glaze looks excellent on this red stoneware tile. It has a bright, opaque, minty color on this tile that I'm really enjoying. I'd love to see this on a larger piece of red stoneware. This glaze seems like it would work well on Laguna B3. This black clay is notoriously tricky to glaze. On this tile, I'm very hopeful from what I'm seeing. The color at 3 coats is strong, and it has a lovely mottled blue mint effect. The surface isn't perfect glossy smooth, but it's not pitted, and it is a functional surface on this tile. This clay is really tricky, so a larger test would be needed to confirm that it would work out well. All around, this has been my favorite glaze from Penguin Pottery so far. I'm a total sucker for a great mint or turquoise, and this fits the bill. This glaze performs well on every clay body that it was tested on today. I especially love that it shows potential for use on dark clay bodies, as those clay bodies can be really hard to find good glazes for. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. I hope that you enjoyed learning more about this glaze and can make use of this information in your own studio. If you'd like to help support my channel so I can get more glazes to test for you, consider becoming a supporter of my channel at patreon.com/bluenosetrading. If you'd like to see all of my ceramics I currently have available for sale, visit my website bluenosetrading.com. If you want to stick around for a weekly art video, be sure to subscribe to this channel, Blue Nose Trading. I post a full-length video every Friday at 5:30 p.m. Central Time and daily art shorts. A big shout out and thank you again to Penguin Pottery Supplies for sending me these glazes to make these test videos for everyone. Thank you for sticking till the end of the video. Remember that you have great ideas that are worth exploring, drink lots of water, and I will see y'all next week.